Every single day, the global hospitality industry generates over 1 billion distinct data points. But, how many hotels are actually using them effectively? Let's dive straight into this explainer because there's a massive shift happening right now. We're talking about how artificial intelligence is literally rewiring the hospitality industry. If you follow the tech space, you already know AI is everywhere, but the way it's being deployed in hotel marketing and operations, it's completely next level. We're way past basic automation here. We're talking deep, predictive intelligence. Imagine you're running a hotel, and your system already knows your next guest prefers a quiet, high-floor room with, say, extra pillows. Now imagine that same system automatically offers them that exact room in a targeted ad before they've even started actively searching. No way, right? But that predictive power is the ultimate competitive advantage we're exploring today. It's no longer just about, offering a nice room. It's about flawlessly anticipating human needs.
So here's our game plan for today. First, the AI hospitality revolution. Second, transforming the guest experience. Third, AI in hotel branding. Fourth, the power of guest data. And finally, staying compliant in the UK. All right, part one, the AI hospitality revolution. Let's look at how AI is shifting the sector from this old model of generic, mass market broadcasting into highly personalized one-to-one engagement. To make sure we aren't just throwing around buzzwords, let's define what we actually mean. AI in hospitality encompasses specific tech, like machine learning, natural language processing, and predictive analytics. And why does this matter to us? Well, because the days of blasting the exact same promo to 1 million email subscribers are officially over. Natural language processing, for instance, lets systems understand the context and sentiment of guest emails instantly. By letting AI do the heavy lifting with massive data sets, your human staff are freed up to do what they actually do best, which is providing genuine human hospitality. This brings us to the operational side of things. While your guests see the shiny front end, AI is working as this invisible hand behind the scenes, maximizing revenue and efficiency. Take dynamic pricing, for example. The AI doesn't just look at, oh, is it a weekend? No. It adjusts room rates in real time based on competitor pricing, tiny micro fluctuations in demand, and even local weather. Actually, think about that. If a sudden rainstorm hits your city, your AI can instantly trigger a spa promo to guests who are stuck indoors. Add in automated check-ins that totally bypass the front desk and hyper-optimize staff scheduling, and you've got a streamlined, incredibly reactive operation. Moving on to part two, transforming the guest experience. Pivoting away from the back office for a second, let's track a guest through a totally optimized loop to see how this tech drives absolute satisfaction. Because, efficiency is great, but hospitality is always about the guest. Step 1. A potential guest browses your site and gets instantly personalized recommendations based entirely on their digital footprint. Step 2. They get real-time help from natural language chatbots even at 3 a.m. when human staff are probably asleep. And Step 3. After they leave, AI analyzes their stay to send targeted, predictive offers for their next visit. It creates this seamless, continuous loop of engagement that feels incredibly bespoke from day one. That brings us to section 3, AI in hotel branding. So, how do we take those isolated, amazing guest experiences and turn them into a powerhouse strategy? It's a really direct progression. We start with personalization through AI, figuring out exactly what the individual wants. That naturally flows into the next step, which is radically improving customer engagement, simply because you're finally speaking their language and meeting their needs. And ultimately, that consistent, highly personalized engagement defines your entire hotel branding and marketing role. Your brand fundamentally becomes synonymous with intuition and care. But look, branding in the AI era isn't just about what you say, it's hugely about where you say it and how you listen. This is where programmatic advertising and sentiment analysis really shine. AI automatically buys and bids on targeted ad spaces in real time, making sure your marketing budget gets the absolute maximum ROI. And at the exact same time, sentiment analysis tools are constantly reading the room online. They monitor social media and reviews to gauge public perception instantly. Because, let's be real, catching a disgruntled tweet in 3 minutes is vastly better than discovering a 1-star review 3 days later, right? All right, section 4, the power of guest data. Okay, so none of these automated tools work without fuel. Ask yourself, how well do you really know your guests? In the past, hotels leaned almost entirely on basic demographic data: age, income, location, the standard stuff. But AI merges those basic demographics with deep behavioral data. We're talking purchase history, how often they visit, specific room preferences, or even the fact that they always order room service coffee at exactly 7 a.m.
By combining these two categories, the AI generates highly accurate, razor-sharp customer profiles. It tells you not just who a guest is, but exactly how they act and what they value. And here's what happens when you apply that data fuel at scale. Instead of blasting one generic message, the AI engine seamlessly segments your audience. Say your audience is segmented into 35% business travelers, 40% family vacationers, and 25% luxury seekers. Your marketing completely transforms. A family-oriented hotel can automatically send promos for local kid-friendly attractions directly to that 40%, while simultaneously sending exclusive private tour offers to the 25% seeking luxury. It's hyper-relevant. It feels less like marketing and more like a personal invitation.
And the absolute best part of this data processing, it never sleeps. AI works 24/7, and like your best marketing manager, it never needs a coffee break. It enables real-time reactions that human teams literally cannot match. If one of those luxury seekers abandons a booking halfway through, the system can instantly trigger a personalized email with a slight discount or a nice little perk to lock in that revenue, right before they bounce and book with a competitor.
Finally, Section 5, Staying Compliant in the UK. We definitely have to talk about the guardrails here. Wielding this kind of unprecedented predictive power requires a rock-solid legal foundation. As the mandate clearly states, if you're operating in the UK, GDPR compliance is an absolute legal requirement, not a suggestion. This means you have to obtain explicit, clear customer consent before collecting their data for targeted marketing. It also means keeping total transparency in how your AI makes decisions and making sure your data storage is entirely secure.
And it doesn't stop at just data collection either. It extends directly to the content your AI generates. If your AI is writing SEO content, generating blog posts, or placing those programmatic ads we talked about, it must strictly adhere to the Advertising Standards Authority, or ASA, regulations. Everything has got to be clear, truthful, and non-misleading. Trust is your real currency here. If guests feel manipulated instead of understood, the whole AI ecosystem just breaks down. So we've seen how AI acts as an invisible hand for operations, how it creates continuous, personalized guest loops, and how it relies on deep behavioral data, all while operating within strict legal frameworks. With AI offering this kind of unprecedented power to drive direct bookings and elevate guest satisfaction, the only question left for you to answer is this. Are you going to harness this technology to redefine your brand, or are you going to wait and watch your competitors do it first? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.